Hello, hello. Hey guys. How are you? It do be time. Time for a YouTube stream again. Hang on, just getting situated here. Make sure I've got everything I need. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope the week is going well. I guess it's Wednesday for most of you. It's Thursday here in the Down Under. So yeah, we're gonna hang out. I'm gonna play a little Balloons, I think, because it's a nice chill game that I can play with you guys and just sort of like chat. Yep, never gets old. All right, let's do that. Let's just dive into it. Okay, Balloons. DJ Ree in the afternoon. It's a little early in the day for me to do a DJ Ree voice. Also, that one didn't do very well. I feel like you guys didn't really like that one all that much, I'll be honest, which is fine. Not everyone can be a winner. All right. I am in Australia. I live in Western Australia. All right. Quincy, my beloved, exactly. Have I ever played Little Nightmares? I haven't, but I've watched some gameplay of it. I don't think I played it myself, but I have seen a lot. Yeah. Why am I called Ree? It's actually a nickname that my oldest friend gave me when we were in kindergarten together because it was easier than saying my whole name. So it's based on my actual name. And she's still like the only person left that calls me that in real life. Like it was something among my friends for a while, but she's been the one to stubbornly cling to it since we were 5. So I thought, you know what? When I'm online, I can be that because it's something that I do answer to. It is my name. It's just, you know, not something people are likely to find me using, I guess. Put it that way. Updating people on the Patreon issue. Yeah, it's not. The only thing is Patreon. A lot of people are saying that their banks are flagging their Patreon payments for fraud, which means there's something going on with Patreon that the banks are getting notices that these are fraudulent payments. Obviously, they're not. That's something that Patreon needs to work out with the banks. But if you support anybody on Patreon, not just me, you might want to check and make sure that your subscriptions go through, that your payments go through, because yeah, that is something that a lot of people are reporting right now. And it's frustrating, and I get it. Like it's really frustrating for the creators because we suddenly go, wait, why did we lose so many patrons? And the truth is we didn't. They didn't realize they were booted off. It's just their banks saying, no, this is fraud and we're not going to process this. So yeah, some people are getting alerts that it's happening. Some people are not. So just be aware if you support anybody at all on Patreon, check that because I'm sure they're frantically trying to fix it on their end. They better be frantically trying to fix it on their end, I'll be honest. But yeah, for a lot of creators, it is by far the bread and butter platform, for better or worse. And I realize no platform is perfect, but yeah. So Death's Door. Yeah, definitely try Death's Door. It's a fun one. I probably will play more of that. Also, fair warning, my fingies do not work because my finger tracker, the hardware, is bad, I guess. It was started throwing a weird error light, so I contacted the company and they said, oh, it sounds like you have a hardware failure. And I've only had the thing since March, which is very frustrating. So they need me to send it back, and the company's in the UK. So I have no idea what that's going to entail or how long it's going to take me to get a working fingy tracker again. So I apologize, you cannot see the fingies right now. It's a bummer. So level 108. Yes, I play a lot of balloons, or I have in the past. Okay. Yeah, I hear that people have an easier time with Patreon if they go through PayPal to do it instead of directly with our banks. So that's a possibility. I think a lot of non-Americans just do that anyway because PayPal is such a great go-between for a lot of our non-American stuff. So yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah, the warranty on it. Yeah, I mean, I contacted the company and they were like, yeah, that definitely sounds like a hardware failure and that's not your fault, just send it back. So I'm assuming they're gonna either fix it and replace it or send me a new one, but until I send it back, like, I'm still waiting. I sent back a bunch of information that they needed and now I'm waiting for them to respond with whatever I need to do. So I will confirm that. Yeah, yesterday was a very frustrating day. We had, like, I was streaming okay, but our router has been giving Lupus a lot of problems, and we thought maybe it was like his network card, so we swapped that. Didn't make any difference. He couldn't stream, couldn't stream FT yesterday. Fractured Thrones, which is his like RP that he does, and it was really like that really pissed him off because he hasn't missed a session of that all season. That was the 46th episode, and he hasn't missed one yet because he's, you know, he's very perfectionistic. He wants to do a good job, and it frustrates him when he can't. So we went and got a new router, and he spent a good 2 hours trying to set that up, and it didn't work. It didn't play nice with our modem, so we had to take it back and just get a new router modem from our ISP, who also tried to convince us to switch to a different service that is actually cheaper, but also caps you at a terabyte, and then after that throttles you. Like, you still get service, but it's throttled. And we were like, that is absolutely not going to work for us. And she's like, well, let me just check your usage. And she pulls it up and she goes, oh, you're already nearly a terabyte 12 days in. And I'm like, yeah, that's 12 days in. We can't be capped. Like, this is our actual jobs. So she was like, okay, never mind then. So yeah. And Lupus, like I said yesterday, he's got a diploma in like IT and stuff like that. He really knows this stuff, so he knows how to aggressively troubleshoot things, and he was getting progressively more frustrated with things just not talking to each other, playing nice with each other. So long story longer, we got the new thing set up. He was extremely grumpy, and yeah, so it was a rough day. It was one of those days where at the end of the day you're fortunate to be back where you started. You know what I mean? Like, you spent all day busting your ass doing shit, and at the end of the day, you're just like, wow, I'm back to where I started. I guess that's better than nothing. So, but anyway, I still did manage to get some work done, and yeah. All right, so where was I? Balloons, yeah. I think that's all the housekeeping, all the catching you guys up on what's going on. It's after midnight where you are. Definitely get some rest if you need to. The tech gods hate summer. Yeah, it's winter here. This do be the southern hemisphere. And I'm starting to understand why Australians get frustrated when people assume that it's summer everywhere, because it's so cold here. It's cold and it's wet. Although it's not raining today, so that's good. It stormed most of yesterday, though. It was very, very wet. So lucky to be back at the start. Yeah, he's okay. I mean, he was in a slightly better mood after he streamed last night, because once we got the new router modem installed and all that, things started tentatively working properly and maybe just a tad faster. It would have been nice to get the new router working with the old modem, because that would have probably jacked us up a little bit. And like, we fantasize about having this, like what we have right now is the highest tier of internet we can get at our house, and we still can't. We can both stream at the same time, but we can't, like, I can't upload audios while he's doing FT or something. Like, it'll absolutely jack up his stream. So, but still, it's actually better. The service is actually better than it was when I lived in Florida, and I'm paying less for it. So I really don't complain too much. Like, I've heard horror stories about Australian internet. It's not as bad, but then again, we're pretty close to the city, so that's probably why. So yeah. Let's see. Play. All right, so we've got black borders on those two. What else do we do for a black border on? There was another one we were getting close. Got those two as well. Winter Park, we were getting pretty close. Maybe we try that. Impoppable? Impossible. All right. Quincy, son of Quincy. It's our boy. We'll always play Quincy. Yeah, winter here is very, very wet. It's, you know, coming from Florida. Florida's wet all the time and also pretty green all the time. But I'm used to, you know, the wet season being summer and winter being like the dry, dead season, and that's absolutely the opposite here. So it's interesting. Quincy! Yeah, the world does assume that it do be summer. Which is fine, like I get it. The northern hemisphere does dominate as far as population and stuff like that, but it's fine. It's fine. We Australians can take it. Have I ever used any other heroes? Nope. I like the ones I got. And we are going to upgrade you. I wish my fingies worked. Ugh, I miss waving at you guys. Grumble, grumble. I'm gonna be a whiny bench today. I know Lupus plays Etienne frequently, and of course Zeke plays Churchill pretty much exclusively. We all kind of have our favorites, which is fine. In this game, when I stream this game over on Twitch, which definitely follow me there if you don't already, because I stream a lot on Twitch, I get more backseaters in this game than I get in anything else I play. So many people have such strong opinions about funny haha balloon popping game that they played when they were kids. So Matcha's here. Tries to click on redeems. I know, right? Like, YouTube, get your shit together. We need redeems. We need, like, interactivity. I can still try. I literally don't have the camera. Like, the hand tracker is a separate camera that I wear around my neck, and it faces the screen, and it watches what my hands do. And without that, it literally cannot track. So my hands will stay down. Yes, yes, good, good. Crab Champion Nights. Yeah. I did try to play that other game the other day. It was just borked in the tutorial, so back to Crab Champions we go. Gotta put the balloon popper at the place with the thing. Oh my god, I can't believe you're going 0, 2, and 2 on that monkey is not supposed to be like that. I get it. I do. God, thank you for the super chat. Okay, that is officially the creepiest corgi ever. How did they manage to take a corgi and make it creepy? They're so cute by nature. Gonna lurk. Yeah, get some rest, Dane. I know it's late where you are. Super late where you are. Corrosive glue, stronger glue. Okay. Now, we're gonna put a boat. Because I like boats. You missed the Goober Redeem. I know. I only do 2 of these a month. Next week I'll be back on Twitch for this one. And of course tomorrow I'll be on Twitch for a patron pick game. So don't forget patrons to vote. The poll is up. We had a lot of suggestions this time. So definitely vote. I think last I checked, Five Nights at Freddy's was winning, which was interesting. Did not expect that. But yeah. And then when I put out the call for more suggestions, always make suggestions. Yeah, the corgi's a little weird, but that's okay. So, let's see, what's on tap? Friday's audio is live on Patreon for early access. I'll be dropping the audio preview short here in probably a couple of hours. It's not a shit post this time. I feel like the DJ one was a bit of a shit post, so I'm going back to comfort space, comfort, and a little ASMR. Not too much ASMR, but a little. So I hope you guys like that. Okay. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Thank you. Alright, we are making progress, I think. Yeah. The banjo at the end of the DJ one, yeah. I thought that'd be a fun note to end it on. It was silly. That was a silly audio, don't get me wrong. It was quite silly. But it was fun. And every so often it's, you know, it's fun to do something fun and silly. I'm there for it. Let's do this guy. And now we've got the scrolling credits. That's new. Now that I'm not going to classes, I have a little more time to start doing new things. We've got the little new intro with the subscribe, click, like, Patreon shit, because everybody said they were totally okay with me shilling the Patreon earlier in the audio, so I did that. Still trying to make it non-invasive. There's no words. There's no spoken words anyway. But, you know, doing my best to walk that line so that I can keep doing this for you, but also that you guys aren't losing the quality. Because that's important. Super tingly and comfy. Yeah, it's a good one. I was hoping it would be. I like, when I do comfort audios, I like to sort of, to play up the, you don't really have a choice. I mean, you do, but you don't. Like, please just let me take care of you, because I realize that for most of us, like, our knee jerk is always, I'm fine. Like, if somebody wants to help us, to look after us, to take care of us, our knee jerk is always going to be, no, I'm fine. So one of the more important things in a comfort audio for me is removing the guilt factor that makes us feel selfish for being looked after, and making it the sort of like, you do have a choice, but really you don't kind of vibe, because then you don't have anything to feel guilty about. When someone doesn't give you a choice and just wants to take care of you and look after you, then you don't have anything to be guilty about. You can just sit back and enjoy it, you know? And that's what I was going for. So. I want to get rid of King Arthur. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Arthur's a crab. He's actually on my shoulder right now. That's Arthur. And the DJ was definitely not trying to get rid of Arthur. Not even a little bit. More like throw the others to the sacrifice. Juniper the Witch. Yeah, Juniper the Witch was surprisingly popular. I really didn't think she was going to be popular. And part 2 of Juniper the Witch is already on Patreon as a patron-only audio, which means it'll be on YouTube in probably 4 or 5 months. And if you want it, it's there. I think that's like the $5 and up tier gets the patron-only content. So, yeah, Juniper's already... I liked doing her so much that I went ahead and did another of her. So, that's on Patreon. At the end of the audio? Nope, that's not... We're getting rid of Arthur. That's let somebody else be the sacrifice. Yeah, this is a world in which a lowly DJ paid by the system is not going to overstep. Put it that way. And it's, you know, Arthur's not a king. He's a crab overlord. That's totally different. Definitely wants what's best for us. we're making progress. Had you not noticed the crab on my shoulder? He's subtle. And again, this crab, this PNG of a crab on my shoulder, is a photograph that I actually took of a ghost crab on the beach. Oh shit, oh shit. Quincy! Quincy, help! Okay. Oh, this ain't good. This ain't good. Quincy! Okay. Shit! Oh, he's doing work. He is doing the work. Yeah. Arthur is a actual ghost crab from the beaches of Florida. Hanging out, doing his little ghost crab thing. This guy I need to upgrade. We're almost there. Almost there. Almost there. There it is. Alright. Pew! 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 And pew. There we go. Yeah, I left this setting deliberately vague. The temperature is actually modeled off the surface of Venus, which some people notice. But that's kind of where the comparison ends because, you know, there's no crab overlord on Venus that we know of. I suppose it's possible, but probably not. Looks like a fun game. Balloons? Yeah. Balloons is fun. We just place little monkeys and they kill the balloons. Thanks, Adobe. Perfect time to update everything. Very cool. Alright, we don't have the money for that. We're not gonna have the money for that probably ever. Getting close to the aircraft carrier. Definitely fight a plane. Am I winning? Of course. I'm always winning until I don't. Yeah, I feel like we need to focus on building up the towers we have. Yeah. Adobe's timing is absolutely delightful. That's fine. I make happy face. Happy face, happy face. I like having everything on a toggle now. Maybe I should put a hat on. Oh, I can't use my Diet Coke because it's on my hands and my hands don't work. Ah, well, that's frustrating. Damn. No, that notification was my Adobe. Die. Spike machines. Yeah, I like the spike machines. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Now, what do we got? We can actually use this guy. That's the one. Okay. All right. We got a plan. Goddamn plan, Arthur. Woo! Banana farm might be useful. It would be if I had done that a lot earlier, but because this is impoppable and we're only trying to get to level 100. Yeah, I don't normally do banana farms, I'll be honest, because I'm used to playing co-op with people who handle that sort of thing. But I have to say, I absolutely love the concept of saying, I don't mean to backseat here, but here's my backseat. Like, that's amazing. Oh no, we lost. Okay, big stretch. Yeah, I don't mean to backseat, but here's my backseat is sort of like saying, all due respect, you're an asshole. Like, what respect? There isn't any. Okay. All right. Caffeinated, focused, moisturized, in my lane, flourishing. We can try it again. Impossible is hard for a reason, and this is a hard map. It's pretty short, so let's try it again. Let's try it again. We'll do it again. Again. Because it lets me talk to you guys while I play stuff like this, so. No dart monkeys. I don't like the dart monkeys. Glue monkeys, however, they can stay. Yeah, balloons are made of latex. Come on. Here you go. Never give it my iron pills. I will when I eat something. I've been trying not to eat breakfast. Which means I have been forgetting my iron pills because that throws off my groove, but that's okay. Alright, Sniper. Sniper monkey. Backseating would be a nightmare. I get backseated on just about everything, I'll be honest. I don't know if it's because I'm bad at games, which is fair. Or if it's because I'm a girl, or if it's because I pick games that people have very strong opinions about. But, yeah. I get backseated a lot. It happens. I can even put the no backseat tag in the stream tile and it won't make a lick of difference. Your advice, your defenses shouldn't be too close to each other. Again! Why do people backseat? At what point did I say, please give me your advice on how to play this game, chat? Like, if I'm playing something and I'm legitimately stuck, I will say, okay, chat, what do we do here? I don't actually know. Like, I'm completely lost. But if I don't say that, maybe don't tell me what to do? Or if you know something I don't where it's significantly going to impact the gameplay because I am about to get stuck or something, then you say, well, here's what you do. You say, hey, would you like some advice? Or would you like a suggestion? Rather than just giving it. Because I get it, people want to help. But, like, you can't tell me it doesn't annoy the shit out of you if you're doing something and somebody comes along and just says, hey, you should do this. Like, at the very least, ask first. It really does go a long way. And again, saying you didn't mean to backseat is hilarious to me. When you say, I don't mean to backseat, and then you literally do exactly that. Like, I'm not upset. I just think it's funny as fuck. Like, it's by definition what you are doing. If you're telling somebody they should do something a certain way in a game, that is backseating. Because obviously you can't take the wheel for real. You're in the back seat. You can't actually make me change what I'm doing. But when you tell me I should do something different, that's what backseating is. That's literally what it means. I'm entertained right now, I guess. Put it that way. And this game, always this game, brings out the worst. The most backseating ever for Balloons Tower Defense 6. The pinnacle of modern gaming. In an emergency, take the advice? No. 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 Like, I feel like you're trying to be funny, but no. You don't get to decide what an emergency is in a game that I am playing. I don't care if you played this a million fucking times and you knew absolutely everything about everything. I'm the one playing it. And part of the fun for you guys is watching me fumble around and suck at it, because wouldn't it be a lot less fun for me just to sit here like an automaton and just take your advice the whole game, be like, okay, I'll do that. Okay, I'll do that. And do nothing of my own? Wouldn't that be just a little bit annoying for you? Less entertaining, perhaps? Like, I'm just dicking around with a funny haha balloon popping game. don't have to be deep, bruh. Really don't. And I'll be honest, the more people that try and tell me what to do, the less likely I am to take the advice. And I don't care if it means my little game ends or my little dude dies, because it's a game. At the end of the day, we're just hanging out, dicking around with games. This is just funsies time. It's not serious. There's nothing serious about it. And if you're taking it seriously, please, for the love of God, stop. Please. It's not serious. You're calling me bad names. I know. I get it. Believe me, I get it. Toxicity is a thing, and I used to play a lot of League of Legends, if that tells you anything. I am well familiar with shitty people in games, either watching me or playing with me, or playing against me. And I wasn't half bad at League of Legends. I wasn't great, but I wasn't half bad. I deliberately only played ARAMs most of the time because I thought they'd be a less stressful situation than Summoner's Rift, and holy shit, did that not turn out to be the case. People take their ARAMs really fucking seriously, even though it's random, and you can't pick who you get. Oh, come on, boys. Let's go. I wasn't thinking that time because I was on a rant. Offering advice on something that matters and saying, hey, you should do this in a game. Honestly, if it's a game, those things are very much the same. Like, something that matters, unless you're talking about something that matters outside of gaming, because there's rarely anything in a game that matters to the point of, like, it's not like someone's saying, oh my god, your house is on fire, get out. Like, that is something where you really want to tell somebody what to do. Or, don't eat that mushroom, it's incredibly toxic and you will die. Yeah, sure, definitely. Definitely jump in and tell somebody that. That's advice people can use. If it's a game, it's never an emergency. Because I don't take games that seriously. I know some people do. But I guess in my world, that's no way to live. I have enough stress in my life without stressing over games. And that's not to say I'm not competitive, because I very much am. But I also let that shit roll off my back as quickly as possible. Because who's got time for that? Who's got time to stress over games? Honestly, if you have the ability to stress over games, that means the rest of your life probably isn't all that stressful, and I'm jealous. Like, I wish it was like that. All right, we're going back. We're backing out. Yes, I did play a lot of League. Have I played Overwatch? I have not, and I haven't had a lot of interest in it. Yeah, I haven't really played any Overwatch. I've heard mixed things. I've seen some gameplay. Yeah, hasn't really super appealed to me. Backseat gaming is a no. Let me just, I feel like, whether you mean to or not, that feels a little snarky when you say there are any other do's and don'ts you should be aware of. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the no backseating thing does apply to most streamers. Unless they outright say, hey guys, give me a hand with this. Most of the time, and this, just think about if you were the one sitting and playing a game. Would you want somebody sitting next to you telling you what to do without you even asking? Like, if you wouldn't want that, please don't do it to streamers. Like, that's really all it comes down to. If you wouldn't want people saying shitty comments or being horrible in chat or whatever, like, if it's not something you would personally enjoy if you were in my shoes, don't do it. It's a pretty basic rule. And some streamers aren't going to say anything about it. Some streamers are just going to let it roll and just, like, you know, pretend like nothing was said or just ignore the backseating comments. But I get a little salty about backseating because it is one of those things that it's just so easy not to do. Just don't, you know? Don't tell people how to play a game. If you would like to stream and play it your way, by all means. The platforms allow that. Although, for the love of God, don't do it as a job, trust me. it's a lot. Yeah, NG, obviously, if there's tech issues, yeah, please tell me that if something's busted. Because I can see it, but I can't see it necessarily the same way you can, so... Right. Yeah. And again, I'm not upset at all. I feel like this is a teachable moment. In general, it's better not to tell people what to do. And this kind of applies in life too. Again, unless it's an emergency, like your house is actually burning and you just didn't notice because your headphones are on. Like, which, fuck, if my house is on fire, yeah, definitely tell me that if you guys can see it. Like, if my neighbor knew my house was on fire and didn't say anything, I'd be, you know, annoyed, because, come on, house on fire. But by and large, most people don't like to be told what to do at any given point. Like, unsolicited advice is a thing, and it's very, very human of us. We want to fix things. If we see somebody struggling with something, and we think, oh God, I know how to fix that, we want to jump in and be like, here's what you do. You do this, you do this, you do this, fixed. Whether it's, you know, loosening a bolt or fixing a relationship or whatever. We are such fixers as a species. It becomes very, very difficult to hold ourselves back. But we have to, because, like, a lot of times people aren't asking for advice. They're not asking to be told what to do. They just want somebody to listen, you know? That's why when you listen to my audios, a lot of times I don't give advice in those. Like, I might give slight general advice, but most of the time I try to focus on, I'm here for you, I'm listening. Let's talk about this. Like, how does that make you feel? How does that, like, your feelings are valid. It's totally okay. Whatever you're feeling right now is totally okay. Like, that level of support is sometimes all people need. They don't need to be told. Like yesterday, when Lupus was trying to fix our router, and it was so frustrating, and I knew there's nothing I could really do to help him. And I would occasionally ask a question like, is this supposed to be unplugged? And one time I asked him, I'm glad I did, because it was not supposed to be unplugged, and then we were able to plug it in. But most of the time I just sit there and, you know, be moral support. Like, I'm not going to tell him how to do what he's doing. If he asks for help, I will help. But, like, I think sometimes it's better just to be present and just, you know, I'm here if you need anything. Just let me know if you need anything, and wait for people to ask for help or ask for advice. Basically, yeah, that's that rant. Yeah, watching folks that are new figure things out is part of my fun. I really enjoyed, after I got good at Crab Champions, I really enjoyed watching Lupus stumble at it, and I was not going to help him in a million jillion years. Like, fuck no. If I know something, you figure it out. That's part of the fun for me. Woo! Let's do skates. Have we finished? We have not done all the mediums. We have not done Apocalypse. Oh, why not? Saved games will start as soon as you select play. Alright, my dude. Okay. Alright. Apocalypse. Slow down. Okay. Now. Shit. My money is coming in very slowly. And there have been times in the past where I've played a game and I've been, like, so frustrated and so stuck, and I'll be like, chat, please help. Like, somebody Google this, somebody look this up. I cannot figure this out on my own. And then somebody does, and it's like, woo, success, we did it. And that's fun too. Hello, little friends, jump in the water. But yeah, mostly the games that I play are an excuse to hang out with you guys and just shoot the shit. And I guess Balloons is just one of those things that people played so much when they were like 12 years old at school. Like, we all pretty much did that, right? Like, playing games at school when we should have been doing something else. Oh yeah. And we get very attached. We get very, very attached to our builds and our strategies. Get back in the water, you. Go on. Listen to the Being Stood Up video. Yeah, you're welcome. Again, like, sometimes there's nothing you can do in a situation except just be there for somebody. And sometimes that's all they need. A lot of times that's all they need, which is so hard for those of us that just want to fix stuff. And believe me, I'm a fixer. I it's taken me a long time to learn to not just jump in and tell people what to do, or not just jump in and be like, I know what will fix this. Trust me, you know, give me the reins here. Like, it's been a process. But I like to think I am making progress. I mean, we are all works in progress, right? Like, that's just normal. Nerf arena shooter you installed. Yeah. Oh shit. This is not gonna go well for us at all. Yeah, I should have gone for more towers early. You. Shoot faster. It's fine. Here we go. Long range. The penguins are just there to look cute. They contribute absolutely nothing. I have to ask for help so chat doesn't backseat. Nah, I mean, honestly, over on my Twitch channel, I have been known to time people out or even ban them for backseating too much, because it's right there. Like, I put it in the titles on the Twitch streams, and I'll mention it if people are getting shitty. It's not like I don't give people a warning. I always do. Ugh. Faster. There we go. But I just won't deal with it. Like, I don't... Yes, this is a job, and yes, I'm here to entertain you guys, but at the end of the day, if it's becoming painful for me or unpleasant for me, I'm not going to constantly suck that shit up. You know, I need to look after myself as well. And not putting up with shitty people is a form of self-care that I will absolutely do. So if people can't take the hint, they can't be told, don't backseat, you've been warned, then I'm not going to come up with things to ask for help on just so chat has something to do. You know, like, there's no reason for that. I'm just gonna kick your ass out. Like, everybody's happier that way. So, Phoenix is here. Do I need to swap into the mod account? Yeah. No, you don't. You're fine. I don't think anybody's done anything that's ban-worthy yet. Ooh. Ooh, this is bad. This is bad. This is real bad. Yeah, we're gonna lose this. I don't like Apocalypse. We're going back. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, yes, Phoenix is here. Halo. Halo's a mod. Halo absolutely... Halo's very, very adept at wielding the ban hammer, I'll put it that way. What if it was friendly advice? No! Cybern Man, please, please get this through your head. Please. Because what you're suggesting is that some advice I get is not friendly, and I don't think that's true. I think everybody who tries to tell me how to play a game is trying to help. I don't think anybody's trying to be shitty about it. They genuinely think they know the right way to do something, and whether that's true or not, they're trying to help. Friendly advice is still unwarranted advice, unwanted advice, unsolicited advice. I don't care how friendly it is. Friendly just makes it sound even more condescending. Like, hey, I know a thing, you need to know it too. You need to do this thing this way. And I'm saying this because I care and I want to be your friend. Like, it doesn't matter where that advice is coming from. If it's unsolicited, it's still generally unwanted. Again, it's not to say you can't offer advice. What you say is, would you like some advice? Or would you like to know what I think about this? Or would you like some input? Or would you like some suggestions? But you don't just put it out there and tell people what to do. That bridging statement, that bridging question of, would you like a hand? That's how you open the door to offering advice and seeing if somebody wants it. Because again, we can't read each other's minds. Sometimes people do want help and they're bad at asking for it or something like that. And if that's the case, When you say, hey, would you like a hand? That allows them to say, yes, yes, please, I would like a hand. Like, if they're the type that are bad at asking for help, you know what I mean? But don't just swoop into somebody's situation and be like, I know what to do here. Let me tell you what to do here. Because that was not requested. Whether it's meant in a friendly way or not, it's still not requested. And that's, you know, use the bridging question first. See if somebody's open to advice. Because sometimes people are in a really shit mood and they don't want to be told what to do. Like, sometimes you can be like, I've got exactly what you need. I've got the perfect solution. And if someone's really upset or emotional or something, they don't fucking want to hear it. They just don't. I mean, can you imagine? Like, I'm sure there's been times in all of our lives where we were in a really bad place, and I'm sure that people had great suggestions for us, but we just weren't in a place to hear that shit, like, at all. I know you guys know what that feels like. And you get resentful of people who just try to tell you, oh, well, this'll fix it. It's like, no, I didn't ask. I did not ask. So bear in mind that no matter how good your intentions are, no matter how much you're trying to help, the other person still has agency, and you need to give them the space to be able to not feel like you are forcing your opinions or your perspective on them. It's a respect thing. And maybe you do know more than everybody about something, and maybe you are the, you know, all-powerful, all-knowing, whatever. It doesn't matter. People still have agency, and that absolutely should be respected. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, we're not going to ban NG for funsies today, are we? I mean, we can, but this thing is freaky with the eyeball. What's the water park? We've never done the water park. Let's do the water park. Let's try that. Let's do something easy. Oh. Is this even a path? Does this become a path? Quincy. Quincy. And glue. Definitely glue. Okay. Alright. Now. We better... Oh, son of a bitch. Speaking of things that try to force themselves, my freaking... Oh, they are coming. They are coming this way. Okay. Okay. This is not a drill. We're in trouble. These guys can't reach these guys. I knew it. I knew they didn't have the arrows, but I knew it. It's okay. It's okay. As soon as we get enough money, we're gonna put a dude here. Oh, he can't hit those. Fug. All right. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. Oh god, shoot faster. My little dude. Yeah, the glue monkey just puts glue on them to make them slower. All the monkeys have jobs. They all have abilities. This is gonna be a real bitch, I can tell. Okay, alright. The snipers are doing their thing. Get some night vision on you. Yeah, Quincy is this guy. You get to place one basically hero monkey. And mine is Quincy. Son of Quincy. Okay, alright, now. I can't place anybody up here probably, but can I glue them here? Maybe we'll glue them here, because this is not much space to work with, so they're going to go fast. Snipers, let them through. I need to see if the glue works. There we go. Okay. All right. He gets the big ones. These guys can shoot the lower levels, too, it looks like, so that's good. Yeah, they can. All right. Progress. Little dude. Glue soak. Now, Ooh, we could do beast. Let's do beast. Alright, you're going in as the fish. Yeah. And you're going in as the fish. Okay. Would a spike shooter work on the water slide? Possibly. We can give it a shot. Oh man. Seriously? You guys need to shoot faster. Ugh! Okay. Yeah, it'll work. It's just a matter of, like, they're just coming so fast. That's the problem. Alright, little dudes. Slow them down, Glue Monkey. Alright, these need to be slowed down more than anything, so we're slowing them down. Hope you have a good day. Thank you. So far, so good. Alright, let's upgrade our piranhas to barracudas. We can't yet. Oh, they're so expensive. Oh shit. Alright, barracuda. Yeah, this is a real pain in the ass. This is a lot. Faster shooting. Definitely faster shooting. Oh shit. Oh shit. Seriously? Faster firing, do it. Big ones. Okay. You. 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 Oh, 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 oh. Alright, we got a floaty here. We can also put something on the floaty. I wonder if things on the floaty can also hit the upper levels. Maybe. Oh, I hate this map. I hate it so much. Hot shots. Okay. Bigger bombs. Missile launcher. Alright. If Moabs come up here, we are fucked. Hopefully they won't. Alright, little barracuda friends. That's that. Yeah, this map is hot garbage. It is the hottest of hot garbages. More glue. Slow the fuck down, please. The monkey with the flamethrower. Do we have that? I don't think we do. I feel like water beats fire type on this map. Now, you become a great white? Question mark? Maybe? Oh my god. Alright. He's a great white. Oh, look at him. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, this bad. This bad. This real bad.
Oh, come on.
Can I put a boat directly in? No, I can't. How about a plane? We're gonna put a plane, you guys. There we go. Perfect. Aerial support. Yeah, these are monkeys with guns trying to stop the balloons from attacking. And they're not doing a great job. Although I am really enjoying the shark. He's having a good time. Fuck, get him. Okay,
Incoming.
can I place one of these down here? Oh, I can. Aww. Alright, we're doing this map again. Now that we know that they're coming from this direction also. Alright. I'm gonna put one guy here. Put Quincy here.
Are you kidding me? Nothing gets past my bow.
gonna do this. Okay. We gotta focus more on this path because it is a bitch. Okay, alright, he's holding. Dart monkey's holding. Undead nuclear zombie, I know, right? Go away. Glue. All the glue. Glue forever. I guess I could use a power thing also. Alright. Okay. Strategy. We are strategying today. Can I place 2 things on this platform? I can. Okay. Alright. This is good. This is good stuff. We are strategying. You live here now. Yeah, it's Bloons Tower Defense. That's exactly what it is. How's the Ice Monkey? Ice Monkey's okay. I prefer the Glue Monkey, but honestly, either is fine. Make it work. Alright, Sniper. Sniping's a good job, mate. Undead nuclear bombs. If we get to that point, you will see them. They're really something. This little guy's gonna become a necromancer when he grows up. If he grows up. This is like the basic level too. This is the easy map. That's what gets me. Alright, another!
Awesome.
He's got a Glock. I know, right? Like, you. Very quick shots. And very sharp shots. There we go. There you go, buddy. Look at you go. Faster, 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 faster. Faster, 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 faster. We're getting to the undead. We're not actually probably not gonna. Well, you know what? I can free play it. Yeah, we'll try to get to the undead nuclear bombs on this one. Shit. Alright. Snipers is still doing their sniper thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get him. Get him.
Nice.
Okay. That was really close. Wait, what does he have? Right. We need fast firing on this guy. Okay. How does one commission art without doxing themselves? Well, in my case, I have my Urban Nymph email, and I have an Urban Nymph business PayPal account. So my name doesn't appear on any of my documents in that way. If somebody requests money and I send them money through PayPal, it shows on their end as Urban Nymph Audios LLC, because that's my limited liability corporation. Because business. So yeah, that's honestly... Otherwise, you just have to accept that both you and the artist will very likely dox yourselves, and you just do the whole I didn't see that thing, which is totally legit. Like, a lot of people do it that way. It's just... Like, I've got friends in the space who... Like, even if I just, like, tip them or something on Twitch, it'll show me, like, my PayPal will show their real name, and I just pretend like I didn't see it. Like, there's an element of trust in this, and I realize that's not easy. But yeah, if you can, an LLC is a good way to protect yourself and business accounts. Water monkeys. I can put water monkeys anywhere there's water. I can put this guy back down here. Hee. He's peeking out. Yeah, doxing just means your personal information, like your name and actual contact information, address, things like that, are made public against your will. Yeah. And it does happen when you're doing transactions of that nature. But like I said, you just sort of accept it, or you create those business barriers that help protect your identity. The storytelling and world building. Yeah, telling tales, weaving worlds. Yes, I do. Oh shit. Hang on. Yeah, that's on my list of things to set up this month. Continue. Because the next one we're gonna do is probably gonna be. We were gonna do the lore build out on the map that we built with Lupus that time, and I've already kind of started to do that with the Tree Billy and the Chert Kingdom audios. Those are both based on that map. So, yes, and if also, God, thank you for reminding me. I need to put out a poll. I was going to ask what you guys wanted the topics to be about going forward, because I know I've touched on some very specific topics, like specifically writing dialogue, specifically writing relationships, but I've also done very large things like how to do a story arc and, you know, Chekhov's gun and things like that. So if there are things that you guys would like me to focus on in a storytelling and world building stream, by all means, tell me that. And I will get on it.
Nice.
Okay. Come on, little dudes. I believe in you. Believe in the me that believes in you. Do we have the Blade Storm? We do now. Alright, you guys ready? Watch this. It's really cool. Suffer. Alright, we're gonna do more spikes because I like the spikes. Those down here. How to make good use of tropes. Yeah, again, the tropes is a very broad topic, so if there's specific tropes you want me to dip on, I can do that. I can absolutely cover it. Like, these are for you guys. These things are generally for you guys. If there's stuff you want to talk about, there's topics that you want to cover, by all means, hit me up with that shit, and I will put them on the list of future episodes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. Get him. Is this like a Gorilla City? I don't know what Gorilla City is, but it sounds like... Yeah, it sounds like a similar vibe. Alright, here we go. The Unpopped Army is on the case. Our little necromancer. Isn't he cute? He's really cute. Oh shit. Whoosh. You. Upgrade. Upgrade again. Upgrade again. Okay, here we go. Time to go to TV tropes. Yeah, again, it's such a massive topic. Like, every genre has tropes. A lot of media specifically has tropes, like audios versus, you know, TV shows versus manga versus, you know, there's certain things that are just sort of universal. And yes, there are good and bad ways to handle those things. So if you guys want to talk about that, I am down. I sort of, in my own... Ooh, let's do a helicopter. Shit! Okay. I was just getting to the helicopter. Whatever. Hate this map. We're leaving this map. Fuck this map. What do you got for me? Time stop. Maybe we should use that. Okay. 1, to tree. I get it. Oh my god. Alright, well, there is Halloween stuff in the stores. Maybe we should do carved. Have we done all of them on carved? We have not done Apocalypse. Of course we haven't. Boo. When they give you a warning with fire. Okay, so this is the nightmare run. You get 1 life, 1 hit kills you, everything's out to get you. We spawned in 5 times the number of enemies, and all you get is this water gun. Good luck. At that point, it's not fun. The first Telling Tales Weaving Worlds. I'm glad it helped. Honestly, like, my goal is to... The reason why I call it Telling Tales and Weaving Worlds is because there's 2 prongs to the strategy of those. One is to help people be better writers, like with the mechanics of stuff, and the other is to help people tell better stories, and that applies to a lot of aspects of life. Just to be able to build worlds and place characters within them, and even if you're just telling a story about something that happened to you, like how to frame that in a way that's going to be engaging and interesting to your audience. You know, that's something that takes practice, and it's something I'm still working on. It's not something I'm, always good at, clearly. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Quincy, help, Quincy, help.
Kidding me? Nothing gets past my bow.
I hate how they start you like that. Alistair, I swear to fucking Christ. You fucking Baron Munchausen fuck. That is too many commas. Good night, Inchi. Have a good one. Glue. Glue. Alright, speed up. Here we go. We've got some space to work with on this map, so hopefully...
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I know, I saw it, it's fine. We're fine.
Seriously?
Okay. It's fine. We have a buffer, we have a bubble that grows back. We just need more money. Alright, Sniper. Try to stay in touch tomorrow. Yeah, good luck with everything. You need rest. Definitely get some rest. Chez NG. Hon. Baguette, Eiffel Tower. Come on, Sniper. Sniper, no sniping. Oh shit. Oh, this isn't good. At all.
Oh, come on.
Huh. We just don't have enough money. You know what? Fuck it. There we go. Now we have money. Let's put another sniper over here. They give you these power-ups for a reason. We're going to use them.
Right.
Okay, there we go. It's past 1 a.m. I mean, if you need to sleep, go to sleep. Everybody, that applies to everybody. You guys know I'm all about the self-care. You better look after yourselves. Go to sleep if you need it. Bye, Mac. Have a good one. And yeah, I'll be doing these twice a month still. On this day, Wednesdays. For most of you, Thursdays for me. But if you want more of this kind of thing, definitely follow me on Twitch, because I stream on Twitch 4 days a week. 5 on the weeks I don't have this stream, so. And I stream all kinds of shit over on Twitch. I'm debating whether to go back to streaming the D&D sessions that we do. They don't do very well. You guys don't seem to like enjoy them too much, but then the VODs would exist, so there's the thing. Okay, money. Also money for days, money. There we We're gonna make this fucking work. Shit. It would be difficult to make this work. It's Thursday here, yeah. If you're in Australia, it's Thursday. Or Asia, for that matter. But, for most of you guys, I'm pretty sure it's still... Well, I guess it's after midnight in Europe as well, so... Man, we are struggling. Alright. Fire. D&D, yeah, my D&D group. Dragon's Wings. Alistair, you know there are rules to commas, right? You can't just stick them wherever you think a pause should be. Jesus Christ, my dude. It's like you're trying to give me an aneurysm. Involved in a campaign. It's, I don't know if you're familiar with Dragon's Wings. It's a very large group in which we form smaller groups to go out and do the adventures. I'm pretty new to it still. Most of the people in the group have been doing it for a while. There's, I think, like 100 people in the group now. It's a pretty big group. But what will happen is the group has a Discord, and at least, you know, one or more of our DMs will post a quest in our quest channel, and anybody who wants to sign up and meets the criteria can sign up to be in that party. And then the things that we do to the world that we are in persist for everybody. So like if I'm out in a party and we set a field on fire, then a different party that goes out a different quest will encounter a burned field. You know, it's part of the deal. So you guys need to go here. No, here. I mean, we are fucked. Yeah, we're fucked. There was no way that was gonna go better. Huh. Damn. So yeah, so that's how it works. So it's like an open world sort of D&D setup. We use Foundry to play since we're all over the place. And hold on, I'm adjusting my chair a little bit. There we go. And I'm still learning. That's huge. I mean, we don't all go out at once. The parties are capped at 5 or 6 people. So, and I'm pretty low level still. I'm a level 6 tiefling cleric. So, so I don't get on board with the upper level campaigns or anything like that. I've only done a few so far, but I do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Some of the sessions go really long. So, yeah, I mean, it's basically just normal. It's normal D&D. It's a little more restricted, actually. There's certain things we don't do just to keep it simple. Trying to think. But yeah, basically it's like that. It's an open world. We've got, you know, our map and our different nation states and special areas and stuff. Our last little mission was to go and shut down an operation where somebody was using a portal to bring demons into the world or something like that. I forget exactly what they were doing with the portal, but yeah, we shut it down. So, yeah. It's a good time. I enjoy it. How does one join? And Dragon's Wings is invite only. Despite its size, it's a pretty tight-knit group. So, because not everybody participates all the time. There's a lot of people that have only done 1 or 2 campaigns, or maybe haven't done any. They're just like, they were invited in. I was brought in by Lupus and Thamriel, who are amazing. Tham's actually a DM. He's really, really good at storytelling. He's actually got a channel now where he puts on his tiefling character in VR and reads stories from Reddit D&D threads, and it's pretty awesome. We'll see if I can find it. Hang on. Yeah, there he is. See if I can copy that. Yep. All right. Yeah, that's Tham's channel. I just dropped the link in the chat. I mean, obviously, he's got other channels, other content. Most of the time, he's a lewd cat girl VTuber, but this is unique to D&D. This is his unique content. And he and our main DM trained me. We had like a 2-hour training session to teach me the mechanics of Foundry and stuff like that. So yeah. What is my moral alignment? Honestly, I haven't quite decided. She's complicated. I would say probably neutral good, at least for now. I'm trying to decide how lawful she needs to be. She's pretty withdrawn. She's got a lot on her plate, but she's got a very overdeveloped sense of right and wrong, so there's definitely some lawful element in there. So yeah. It's a work in progress. She's a work in progress. Neutral snarky. She's a little snarky. Only when warranted. Only when somebody, is horribly racist in her direction or some shit. So yeah. DMing for a group over 5 is daunting. Yeah, we don't. I think 6 is the cap. And we'll have people that'll sign up and be like, hey, if there's room, but I'm not a priority, like a low priority sign up, so they can prioritize people who and because Lupus and I are in Australia, they try to have at least one session a month that accommodates our time. So we do about once a month, sometimes a little more if we're like doing a 2-part session and we have to continue it the next week or something. But yeah, we aim for once a month. That's a lot. I think the group has 5 or 6 DMs. I'm not entirely sure, but it's up to everybody's schedules. And I mean, you guys know how hard it is to schedule D&D. So having an open world type group where people can sign up for the quests that interest them and that fit their schedules works really well. Which means that I've gone on campaigns with several different people. The first couple of campaigns were like the same people, and then the next one was a different group, and it's interesting because the dynamic changes, the chemistry changes, things like that. But the overarching story is the same across the world. Like my character's backstory, Lupus's character's backstory, that is still progressing. We're getting our character arcs through. There's like a through line of that because our DMs are great and they're absolutely on top of this shit. So it's fun. So we get our adventures with different people, but we also get our character development in the process. So it's nice. How much magic she knows? A lot. She's a cleric. Yeah, scheduling D&D when time zones aren't an issue is hard enough. When they are an issue, it's just impossible. So, I hate covered gardens, so we're not going to do that. Great way to meet new people. Yeah, it's been interesting because we'll jump into the VC a little bit before the session starts and just kind of shoot the shit, get to know each other a little bit. And then at the start of every session, the DM has us go around and introduce ourselves to the party. And he'll put up like our character art on the screens, and he'll do the whole what do people see when they look at you, and you describe your character, describe what she's wearing, who she is, how she stands, whether she's making eye contact, things like that. And spring, that's interesting. Let's try that. So everybody's kind of on the same page, and And I'm not like I'm not one of those people that insists on being the hero or insists on the limelight. Despite my job, I really don't like attention on myself. So the character I play is very purposefully withdrawn. And it took two sessions with one of the girls in the group, Luna. She's amazing. She plays this really hyper excited little monk that's basically if a golden retriever came to life as like a person. And she's amazing. She's got such a good energy. And it took 2 sessions with that character before my character opened up enough to like sit and hang out with her. And now it's like, I will protect this golden retriever person with my life. But yeah, I love it. Some funny events that happened during the game. So my character and Lupus's character come from the same town, which had been destroyed. And my character only just found out about that because she's been off doing cleric shit for so long. And Lupus's character was part of a family that was sort of sworn to defend this town. And long story longer, we're both sort of being hunted, apparently, for being the only survivors of this catastrophe that happened, this tragedy that happened. So his character is very standoffish as well. We both have southern accents for this because he established that our town is southern, so that is what we do. Because it is very yes and environment. And so we were on a campaign once, and my character was getting to know Luna's character, the little monk, and she wanted to start making hair clips out of seashells. So we were on this beach and we just started making hair clips out of seashells. And when Lupus's character got back from a patrol or something, she very enthusiastically went and put a little hair clip on his character. And he did the, one eyebrow at me, like, what the fuck is this all about? And I just sort of was like, you know what, just go with it. She's cute, she's small, she wants you to be pretty, just go with it. So for the rest of the campaign, he wore a little seashell hair clip on his very stern self. So yeah, it was really cute. In fact, I made a GIF out of it. I took some of his character art and I stuck a little seashell on its head, and I made a GIF of it, of him like he moseys everywhere, and he's like, let's mosey. So I made him moseying in and then going, you eyeballing me. It's become one of my favorite things I've ever made, I'll be honest. So yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
Are you kidding me? Nothing gets past my...
All right, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do. I'm assuming this guy's got line of sight. Yeah, he does. Okay. All right, let's do it. I mean, she's actually like a dragonkin type person, but her personality is very golden retriever. She's very bubbly, very outgoing, which was exactly the opposite of my character. So I was like, yep, I'm attaching myself to this one. Let's do a boat. I'm on a boat. And we need some glue. Nearly died in 6 inches of water. I mean, that shit happens. You get bad rolls, that shit will absolutely happen. The last few times, I mean, I do that thing. I'm still learning. Like, I never played D&D before this, and everybody else in the party is really, they know the game and the mechanics, and I'm learning both. So I've always got a couple of tabs open with like my list of spells and what exactly I can do. Because, when you're a spellcaster, keeping track of all your spells is sometimes really fucking hard. And I lean on Guiding Bolt really hard because it is traditionally like my rolls are better on that. So I just kind of lean into it. I have a Warhammer. My character has a Warhammer that I've rarely had any success using, which is a bummer because she's just dragging this giant fucking hammer behind her everywhere we go, and it doesn't matter because when I actually get into combat, I rarely roll well on the Warhammer, so it's like, well, that's a waste of my time. What advice would you give to one who let a bad relationship break them, had been single for a while but wants a healthy relationship? I try to model a lot of that in my audios. So, like, I'm big into communication. I'm big into honesty. I'm big into, like, I don't have time to play shitty games. I just don't. Nobody's got time to play shitty games. Like, be straightforward about what you want and need. Be straightforward about, like, your boundaries. Boundaries are really important, even in a relationship. You need your own hobbies, you need your own stuff, and you certainly need your own boundaries. And honestly, like, it's difficult to be in a healthy, happy relationship if you're not in a healthy place yourself. And I'm not saying you have to be perfect. And I really hate that saying of, that the RuPaul saying of, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love someone else? Or how is anybody going to love you, kind of thing. That's crap, because there's days when we really don't love ourselves. And some people really struggle with that, especially if, you know, depression's at play or, you know, things like that. So I don't think that you have to earn affection by loving yourself first. I think that's not a healthy outlook. But I do think that we need to make an effort to be the best version of ourselves, and that's an ongoing process. We are never at peak self. There's always more work we can do on ourselves to be better communicators, to be better listeners, to be better, you know, with honesty, to not, like, my relationship models growing up were not great. My mother was great at silent treatments, sometimes for days at a time. That is incredibly unhealthy. My dad was passive aggressive as fuck. That is incredibly unhealthy. Like, there's a lot out there of just really bad relationship modeling going on, and it sucks, but our responsibility is to get past that. Like, we can look at that and go, oh man, I'm fucked up because of my parents. And it's like, yeah, that's true. You might be. But at the end of the day, you're still responsible for yourself and your choices and your actions. And you can't let your baggage make you an asshole and then expect anybody to put up with that shit. Like, that's not an excuse. It's an explanation, but it's not an excuse. You can certainly explain, like, I can explain my journey of becoming a better communicator and a better partner through the conscious effort of me and my therapist and stuff like that to try and do better and try and, you know, be better. And I could explain how hard that was because of, you know, where I started. But I can never just be a jerk and be like, well, I had a shitty childhood, so it's okay. Like, it's not okay. There are no excuses for being an asshole. I don't care who you are, and I don't care what your baggage is. At worst, you just remove yourself from a situation if you can't be healthy in it. But there's never an excuse for being shitty to other people. Like, there's just not. So, that said, the best thing you can do is work on yourself. And when you work on yourself, it shows. You know, you become stronger, you become more confident, you become just, like, in a better place to receive love, I think. So be aware of your shortcomings. And it's difficult because sometimes when we can say things like, oh, I've got things I got to work on, definitely. But if somebody actually calls you on them and says, hey, there's this thing that you're actually kind of shitty about, can we talk about that? We get very defensive. We don't want to actually hear it. Like, we do, but we don't. Like, if it comes from us, it's one thing. But if someone else says it, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. I've been through a lot, and blah, blah. It's like, our default is always going to be to defend ourselves and to make excuses, even though we really don't have excuses. So be cognizant of that. Be open to change. Be open to growth. And be humble about it. Like, it's a process. Looking up to yourself and being stronger and better is a process. And it's not easy. And every little bit you do matters. Like, all of it matters. And again, don't forget, progress isn't always linear. You're going to have good days and bad days. Some days are really going to suck. But you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be kind to yourself. And take care of yourself the same way you would advise other people to take care of themselves. Like, try to step out of yourself and realize that you too deserve that sort of care.
Oh yeah.
I hope that makes sense. That was a lot, but yeah. Hi, Victoria. Yes, I have a big hammer. So yeah, I mean, if you want to do better, if you want to be in a place for a healthy relationship, that has to start with you. Because if you are a shitty communicator, if you are bad at taking advice, like from a relationship standpoint, if you are bad at compromise, things like that, if you refuse to be at all flexible in the things that you do and you're into and stuff, you're never going to be in a healthy place for a relationship, because all of those things are important. You have to make room in your space and your life for more than just yourself, if that's really what you want. And that's a lot easier said than done, especially if you're very comfortable with things the way they are and you have things a certain way and you like them a certain way. But again, boundaries. You have to know what your deal breakers are. You have to know what and a lot of this is just introspection. You think about it and go, would I be okay with this? Would I be okay with that? Things like that.
Come on.
And just be honest with yourself. And then for the love of God, if you get into a situation where you find yourself making excuses for the other person, where they're breaking your boundaries, but you're still sort of putting up with it, please don't. It is far better to be alone than to be with people who make you feel alone. And it's not worth being in a toxic situation. Just never. So please, please, please respect yourself. And again, this is something that people have to work on. Respect yourself enough to
That all you got?
allow for the possibility that being alone is better than being in a shit situation. Because so many people put up with really, really bad situations because they're so afraid of being alone. And goddamn, I'm here to tell you, don't. You are a singular, special individual. You are outstanding on your own. You don't have to prove that to anybody. You do have to be nice in general and be a decent member of society, but you have so much to offer, including yourself. Even if you're just on your own by yourself, learn to enjoy your own company. Enjoy your own perspectives, the things you like, the books you like to read, the shows you like to watch, the games you like to play. Celebrate that about yourself, because it is valuable. It is worth it. And do not let anybody tell you otherwise. The lottery numbers for 3 Tuesdays from now? 4.
Seriously?
Uh-oh, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Oh shit. Oh shit. We lost. 4. And 4. And 2. 2? Yes. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong, people are scary. And it can be difficult to sharing space with another person, being considerate of another person's needs. It's a fine line. You have to figure out where your boundaries are, and you have to make the decision of what you are comfortable with and what you are not. For example, would you, if you had a partner who was super into the ballet and you hated the ballet, would you go with them because it's something that they like and they care about? Is that something that you'd be willing to do? It's a compromise. It's not super fun on your part, but it means a lot to the person that you care about, and therefore, probably you would do that, unless you've got some sort of deep-seated phobia of ballet or some shit. So yeah, you would do that. And that sort of thing is important. Being able to put your own needs aside for somebody else, or your own wants aside for somebody else, is important, as long as you are not completely losing yourself in the process of looking after others. Do not light yourself on fire to keep other people warm. That is not worth it. And that's why I say there's a fine line. You have to decide sort of what things you're willing to compromise on, what things you are not willing to compromise on, what makes you comfortable. And this is a moving target. Some days you're going to be more tolerant than others. Some days you're going to feel like you can, take on the world and do anything for anybody. And some days you're just going to want to be taken care of and not have to put yourself out. And a really good piece of advice I heard once was that in any given romantic relationship, assuming a monogamous romantic relationship, it's a 60-40 split on the effort, but both partners should be giving 60. So be there, present in the relationship, listening, active, doing what you can. And if the other person is doing the same, then on the days that maybe one of you is struggling more than the other, then the other one can pick up the slack, and vice versa. If you're both giving 60, then nobody is just sort of sitting back and assuming the other person's going to do everything, or assuming that everything's going to be fine because I'm having a bad week and therefore, you're going to look after me. Like, always give 60 at least. Always be grateful. Like, whatever people do for you, whether it's a romantic relationship or anything else, be grateful for it. Say thank you a lot and mean it. This is important. Gratitude is really, really important. Like, don't take things for granted. Really don't take people for granted. Even in a relationship where it's just sort of understood that you will look after each other and you will take care of each other and blah, blah, blah. Never take that shit for granted. Literally ever. And also something I've been thinking about a lot recently, like, people talk about, well, relationships, like, you get two schools of thought. People that say, oh, relationships take work. And then you get people that say, oh, it shouldn't take any work. It should be so easy. And the truth is somewhere in between, obviously. Relationships do take work. Long-term relationships do. But they should not be this constant slog of misery and drama. Like, if that's where you find yourself, that's unhealthy and toxic and you need to get out of it. But the sort of work relationships take are things like going to the ballet when you're not really feeling it, or paying attention to what your partner likes and wants and stuff like that, so that, like, you have that information because you care about the other person enough to want them to be happy. And they're doing the same for you. This is implicit. They're also doing the same for you in a healthy relationship. And also, something else that I saw recently that kind of resonated was that, because it reminded me a lot of my previous relationships, because this absolutely did happen in my previous relationships, is that, those cute little quirky things that your partner does that you think are so adorable, there will come a time when those are not cute anymore. There will absolutely come a time when those things become annoying. And at that point, that's where the work begins of remembering what was cute in the first place, like keeping that front and center and keeping that in mind. And also just like being actively engaged in not letting things make you resentful and full of contempt. Like, you don't ever want to resent your partner. You don't ever want to have contempt for your partner, a lack of respect for your partner. And in the past, I've been in relationships where I wasn't getting my needs met. And the little things that had at one time been cute to me with my partner were just starting to get really fucking annoying, because I couldn't really see past, like, I wasn't getting any of these positives back. And these things that originally had been like, oh, that's adorable that he does that, then it's like, oh my God, it drives me crazy that he does that. And it's like, that's a natural progression. That's normal. The bloom will be off the rose at some point. And long-term relationships are not like the high drama or high melodrama, really, of like romantic comedies and shit like that. That's unsustainable. If you're the sort of person that thrives on drama, please address that with your therapist, because that's like a maturity level thing, and it's very difficult to maintain, and it's very unhealthy to maintain. Like, drama is overrated. And at the end of the day, what you're looking for is someone who's got your back, someone who you can trust. Trust is so important. It's so easy to break too, so you've got to be very careful with trust. And I say that as somebody with trust issues. It's very important. Somebody that you'd want to be in a foxhole with. If you're having a really shit day, who would you want by your side for that shit day? Even if nobody's talking and you're sort of sitting next to each other, recovering from your shit day, who would you want to be there? Because not every day is going to be good. Not every day is going to be a honeymoon. Some days are really shit. And can you always make sure that instead of you versus your partner when there's a conflict, it's you and your partner versus the problem? That's another thing that requires a level of work, because it's very easy to point fingers. It's very easy to blame somebody else and be like, you're the reason why this isn't working. You're the reason why this is difficult. And generally speaking, that's not the case. If you and your partner are both committed to making something work, you have to stand side by side and be like, all right, you and me, we're a team. How do we address this thing that's giving us trouble? Whether it's, somebody's behavior, somebody's words, somebody's whatever. Let's work together and get to the bottom of it and fix it, because we are a team and we care about each other. And that's something that has always been very, very important to me in a relationship. Like, I don't like to point fingers. I don't think it's constructive. I don't like fighting in general. I think fighting is very unhelpful. I think discussion is important, conversation is important, breaking down conflicts and figuring out what's going on and how to fix it is very important. All those things are important. fighting is pointless. Fighting is loud and angry, and things get said that you can't take back. And that's another thing that I don't understand. I know there's people that do this. I know there's people that will say incredibly hurtful things in the heat of the moment and then try and take it back later. I've never been able to get past that. When I've in the past have been with people who did that, who said things that were just, holy shit, I can't believe you said that. You can't unring that bell, and you can't take it back, and you can't, like, even when they were like, oh, I didn't mean that, I was just really, really mad at the time. No, you said it. So you must have meant it. And if you care about the other person, you do not say hurtful things. I don't care how fucking angry you are. I don't care the heat of the moment. You're responsible for your own actions and your own words. And by fucking God, if you say it, you meant it. Whether you just meant it for a second, you meant it. And in that second, my feelings didn't matter anymore, because all he wanted to do was hurt me. And that's not acceptable to me. I will not stay in a situation where somebody's capable of doing that. Full stop. It's unhealthy, it's unproductive, it's pointless, and I don't like it. So that's a big one for me. But honestly, that stems from the issue of, is it you versus me, or is it us against the problem? And if you can keep it as us against the problem and you stay on the same team, things are a lot more handleable. It's a lot easier to overcome shit if you can do that, as opposed to facing off against each other with fingers raised. And that's easier said than done. I know these things are very difficult, especially when one person's being belligerent or feeling attacked or on the defensive or whatever. It can be so difficult. And that's where you've really got to work on communication. You've got to be able to talk things out. So, yeah. Anyway, people are hard. They're heavy and difficult to store. So yeah, that's a long-winded way of saying communication is key. Definitely work on yourself, and always find that line where your boundaries lie, where you're comfortable compromising. And that's, again, communication is important because it is a moving target. What you're up for one day is going to vary a lot from what your partner's up for, and vice versa. And you have to keep the lines of communication open. If you don't, if you bury that shit deep inside yourself and say, I'll be fine, I'll just, they don't have to know that I'm upset about this, that's where resentment comes from. That's where you start to breed that really hardcore resentment that you can't get back from. And once that happens, the relationship is pretty much done. I mean, maybe some therapy could fix it, but yeah. And again, nobody's perfect. We're all flawed. We're all just doing the best we can, making our way the best we can. I screw it up sometimes too. I am not perfect. I will miscommunicate, or I am absolutely really good at, burying things that are bothering me and just trying to get past it because I feel like, well, now's not the time to talk about this, or this is a small thing. It doesn't matter. It's not worth having a conversation about, stuff like that. And you got to be careful doing that, because eventually the straw that broke the camel's back will hit and you will explode. So yeah. Yeah, so that's basically it. Just know yourself, work on your communication, and be open to figuring out what works best for you and then sticking to that. Whether, I don't care how amazing your partner is, they may not be a good fit for you, and that's okay. That's totally okay. It doesn't say anything about them as people. It doesn't say anything about you as a person if you and another person are just not compatible in that way. Thank you, Beetle. Thank you for the super chat. It's really sweet of you. And I will also say this before I stop talking about relationships. It's also important to remember that life goes in stages. You've got your elementary school, your middle school, your high school, your college, your early adulthood, and onward. And at every stage of life, you are a different person than you were before. And the friends that we have, the people in our life at different stages, that doesn't always carry forward. Like, in my life, I am fortunate, I consider myself fortunate if I can keep a couple of friends that I'm still in touch with from, grade school, and a couple from middle school, and a couple from high school, just a few, far fewer than I hung out with at the time. But if you can just carry a few forward, that's pretty good, honestly. And you'll keep making new friends and getting to know new people at the different stages of your life, and that's totally good. That's totally okay. Because the person that you are is changing and growing and evolving. And that said, the person that you know, maybe were with in middle school or with in high school may not be the person for you as an adult. You know, you are both going to be drastically different people as time goes on. And you can keep communication open. You can do your best to be on the same team and on the same page and try to grow and evolve in the same direction. But sometimes you just don't. Sometimes people just grow and evolve in completely different directions. And then you look around and go, wait, what am I doing all the way over here? And what are you doing all the way over there? And you can either work to try and find your way back to each other, or you part ways and go off in your direction. And what I'm trying to say about that is there's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes as we grow, as we evolve, because obviously we are the protags of our own universe, you know, the people that are with us along the journey are going to come and go. You know, some people will stay, some people will move on. It's not necessarily an indictment on us as people, on ourselves, on our personality. It's just the progression of life, you know? And we can look back with fondness on the people we used to hang out with and things we used to do. But if you never grow out of some of that stuff, then you're stagnating. You know, you're stunted. You have to grow. You have to evolve. You've got to continue your journey with or without the people that were with you before. And that's on them. You can't take away other people's agency. You can't compel people to stay with you and stay friends with you. And you guys know what I'm talking about, because I guarantee everybody's had that experience where you've got that friend where either you're the one doing all the work to keep in touch with this person and they're just never doing it. Or when you do hang out with this person, the only thing you have to talk about is shit from the past. You don't really have anything in common anymore. And again, that's okay. That's just a natural progression of relationships. But it can feel shitty because it feels like we lost something, or it feels like we failed at something. We failed to keep that friendship going. We failed to maintain. And you didn't fail anything. You just continued to grow and change as a person, and that other person didn't go in the same direction you did. That's just life. Nobody has failed here. So keep that in mind, because I know a lot of people beat themselves up when their friendships sort of fall apart or peter out, or their old friend groups sort of all go their separate ways, and they look back and they're crabby about it, like, you know, like they did something wrong, like they let their friends down. And it's like, no, you didn't. You're okay. So anyway, honestly, on that note, I should probably wrap up the stream before I continue on a very long tangent about relationships and healthy self. But yeah, we'll wrap up there. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. I'm very, very grateful to you. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoy this. It's always a good time to hang out and just shoot the shit with you guys while I play something that doesn't require a lot of thought. I'll be on Twitch tomorrow, and again the next day, I believe. Yeah, both days. Tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern, and then the next day at 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So definitely come hang out on Twitch if you don't already follow me there. It's basically exactly like this, only with more ways to interact through chat with like channel redeems and shit like that. So, all right, guys, I will see you there, and as usual, be good. I'll talk to you soon.